Think about that, y'all. He wants to protect his child, the same child he was hiding from a lot of people on social media for years.
Mm.
But when she becomes damaged goods, I now put her on the front facing of YouTube. What benefit is that? How, as a father, are you protecting the one thing that you said is so precious to you just to put her out there? Every statement you made, it don't even matter no more. Because once you put content out there, guys, it is fair game. This is what Anton says before he does a review on everybody TikTok, everybody Twitter, X, everybody YouTube, everybody Facebook. He always say, "Hey, I get credit to the content creator because the content." Well, you know what? They finna get credit to Leslie Daniels because you just made her content, sir.
Ooh.
You just made your daughter content. Think about that now. Nobody else. You could have let whatever Corey said just fly over the radar, guys. You are now making your daughter content. You can't expect the world to now follow suit to how you feel about how the world's supposed to look at everything. You the same nigga that laugh at black people getting shot on the Millionaire Morning Show. You the same man that talked about the black people, post office workers getting robbed. You the same guy. But today you want everybody to cry you a river.
Mm.
This is dangerous, guys. For somebody who says they want to protect something, but then would expose the same thing that they say they're trying to protect, that's dangerous, dog. That's dangerous. She said, Sonny said, mind you, Corey never said her name. He did it. It was, you know what I'm saying? He created content, guys. He was so devastated that the only thing he thought about was waking up at 6 in the morning to give you the Millionaire Morning Show. I got a child. I know some other people in our Raw side that have a child. I don't think if you was that devastated about your child, I think the content side of things can hold off, guys. Ego is the enemy, dog.
Mm.
You just profit off of making your daughter content. If no man don't see the wrong in that, y'all could cancel all the Corey fight, the beef, you just made your precious daughter content to the masses. That's crazy work, man. How you feel about that, Classic and Ted, before we move on to the
Well,
what?
first and foremost,
Okay,
I do
go ahead.
want to say I have no problem with you giving Classic for crashing out on him about his blackness. I've been coming at this motherfucker for months. I'm gonna take the credit for it. I'm the first person on the YouTube space to call him out for being a bitch ass nigga. I'm the first one, and I'm gonna call him out again. First of all, I will say this one more time for everybody else who's paying attention. You do not talk bad about my black people when I'm in the room because you will get this version of me. You don't talk bad about my black people. And for everybody else that missed it, maybe y'all should head over to the Tez Down sometimes and wake up early, like the rest of us, and watch the show, and you might learn something. I've been put this on blast. I've been hated this dude. And I don't hate him because of his money. I don't hate him because of his style, even though he biting from all three of us. I don't hate him for that at all. I hate him because he don't like black people. I hate him because he tries to profit off of them. I hate him because I've been watching this for the last 3 weeks, even before he came on Corey's show. Even before that. If you look back, I got it pulled up in case we need a reference. When you look back, Ben called this out. I'm sick of this. I'm so tired of the fake messiah that comes along to profit off of people trying to profit. I'm so tired of it. How you gonna come on here every single day? Every single day.
Hold on, Tez. Let me read my disclaimer, guys. Should have read this earlier before Tez got up here. But for our safety and ours and everyone attending. This is Souls of Thought channel. This is my disclaimer. This live stream is for entertainment and commentary purposes only. Statements made here are opinions, satire, and hypocritical discussion, hypothetical discussions, and should be not interpreted, again, not interpreted as factual claims. We are not journalists, attorneys, or professionals. We are reacting to publicly available information. No statement should be misconstrued as accusations or assertions of wrongdoing. By viewing this content, you acknowledge that you are responsible for your own, let me say that one more time, your own heads down, classic, anyone else who comes up tonight, your own interpretations.
Yeah. Well, he spotted off a whole bunch of fake facts about black people and black history, and those are facts. Facts ain't defamation. I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want to say. So I'm gonna say it again. Corey, you did what you had to do. Thank you. Because if I would have been there, I wouldn't have been able to hold back. You don't talk bad about black people in front of me. You definitely don't misinform people and miseducate people. Talking about black people sold each other into slavery. When's the last time you picked up a book, you ugly motherfucker? When's the last time? When's the last time you picked up a book? You know what? I'm starting to get tired of all this coon ass bullshit on the internet. I'm really starting to get tired of it. Black people are supposed to stand together, right? Like, you listen to all of the FBI and CIA alleged tactics of putting black people against each other by pinning Malcolm and pitting Martin against each other when they were never enemies. That wasn't a thing. Did y'all not have grandparents? Did y'all grandparents not go to school? Did y'all grandparents not march with them? Because if they did, they would have told you that's all BS. My grandparents did. They told me about all of it. Right here in Chicago. If y'all didn't know that, that's where, the Black Panthers got slain at, was, down the street from where we live. I'm just keeping it 100. You're talking about they were a gang. They weren't a gang. They helped their communities out. And you want to continue pushing this crap that these people. And so when a man walks up to you and tells you, you don't never say nothing bad about the white man, and you say, let's switch gears. Let's stop talking about this. We're not talking about that one right now. We're going to talk about something else. And you're going to switch it to liberal white women. That's not what he said. That's not what he asked you. You have never, ever said anything bad about the people who have oppressed your people. Are you first generation black in America? Okay, then how many of us are? Do I see you talking like this? No, I don't. So you definitely are first generation, not first generation. So somebody in your lineage, unless y'all are inbred bastards, which is also possible considering how ugly you are, hit the gym. Maybe you wouldn't have been so scared if you would hit the gym.
I'm not going out my way, and I'm not going above and beyond. That's where I'm not going. I'm just not doing it. I'm settled in. I won't be traveling to any of those destinations. I'm just not.
Yeah, I didn't talk about ignorant behaviors. And I said it once and I'll say it again. Ignorant behaviors. You're talking about a marginalized people that have been forced to literally scratch and survive to get everything that they get. And every time they get ahead, somebody comes, I don't know, bombs a city or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Oh, hell, all of them. Or every time you get a leader, he just somehow winds up with a magic bullet inside of his head. Or in jail. Maybe everybody that likes to watch content, maybe everybody that wants to be rich and be millionaires, even though that's gluttony in the first place. Maybe every time that y'all decide to, you know what? We're going to go to church and clap our hands and praise Jesus. Maybe every time y'all do that, maybe y'all should I don't know, crack open the book that you're even talking about. Maybe every time that you do that, black people got problems with everything about white culture and about slavery, except for Christianity. And it's cool. I'm not saying that you can't be a believer in the Most High. I'm saying do a little bit of research on the doctrine. Do a little bit of research on the stuff that these people are pushing at you. And it's funny because every time one of these guys pops up, what's the first thing they say? I'm not black. I'm a Christian. I'm not black. I'm OJ. I'm different. Let me tell you something, people. Let me tell you something. Anytime somebody walks up to you and tells you, hey, you know what? You're not like them other people. You different than the rest of them. That is a ploy. That is a ploy That's the dude. That's the dude that's sitting over there on the porch, mad because you want to get on the horse and go away and explore the world. What you want to get on the horse and go? You think you better than the rest of us? No, you just like the rest of us. No. This is what this is. Last night, I sat in that man's show. I sat in this show for the first time ever. I sat in a live show and watched the show. And you know what I watched? For the first 30 minutes that I was watching this show, they talked about how tight this other brother's shorts was. For the second 30 minutes that I watched this show, they talked about how tight this brother's short was. I left for 35 minutes, came home, got me some nice food. I ain't gonna tell you exactly what it was because you're gonna try to steal my recipes. Got me some nice food, sat down, poured myself a decent beverage, texted my boy Classic and said, Classic, is they still talking about this man's clothes? Classic, like, man, shit. I said, okay. So I go in the chat. Gotta subscribe to be a chatter because he's afraid of the smoke. That didn't used to be like that, I'm sure. So I subscribed. And so I started typing. And the first thing that comes out of my wonderful, brilliant, nimble fingers, as super dexterous as they are, was I was going for 30 minutes. Y'all been talking about this dude's clothes for 90 minutes. Aren't you you talking about how tight your shorts are, but you the same one that had Fleece Johnson asking you, would you reject me? If y'all don't know who Fleece Johnson is, he's the same one that said, you know what? Some things is more important than food and water. Some things, that thing is a man's butt. And let me tell you, when you walk past, I make my decision right then and there. And I grabbed you and I say, look, I likes you or I wants you. We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Better days are coming. Better days are coming. Even if you cried and cried.
The choice is yours. So when he looked at him and he said, Anton, would you reject me? And Anton didn't say nothing. That was not a suggestion. He was letting you know you could do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice is yours. I would have looked at that man and be like, we scrapping. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's my best homie. I don't care if it's somebody girl. I don't care if it's a daughter. I don't care if it's a niece or some chick you brought for clout. It's exactly what he did. He brought her in there for clout. He brought her in there for backup. You do not talk bad about black people. Yeah, we got our problems. We're working on it.
Hey,
We're working on it. Yes, black people have their issues, but I refuse to have any one of you brown skinned, fake, non-skin kin folk bringing us down again. Hey, it was him, boss. That's what you sound like. It was that one over there.
If I can't learn nothing from your ass, I cannot talk to you no more.
Tired of this. Use your education for evil.
Let's get our lovely lady Miss Sunny came in, man. Let's let her chop it up a little bit. What's up, Plug? Uncle Plug TV in the building, man. We got
what up, Sonny?
Fourth of the Raw Society Coalition, man, in here. We're gonna go through some of the star comments tonight too. But Miss Sunny, we want to give you the floor. Let you what were some of your thoughts about tonight's content you were able to put out?
What's up? What's up, panel? Respect. Thank you so much for allowing us to come up, or allowing me to come up. I had to take a nap before I came in here the other day. I'm not used to this.
Yeah.
So, I didn't catch it at the very beginning, but for the most part, I've been watching a lot of the content throughout this whole time. And along with you, Souls of Thought, I was watching Anton years ago. I was also a part of the Bag Chasers for a little while. So I have kind of seen this de-evolution of what he's become. He wasn't like this when he came out. One of the big things that I actually had a lot of respect for was that Anton made his money. He stayed in his city. He was married, he had a black family, married to a black woman, had a black child, all of this stuff. He was kind of the proverbial ideal of whatever you would want to see in the black family, right? Because we've seen the other versions of that. So to see him now kind of get to this point, it's kind of sad. But I also said that when I lost respect for him, I just was like, I can't consume his content anymore, because he is now just jumping on the bandwagon of what, how can I get the biggest bag, right? And it was, speaking of, I was on another panel and I was explaining to them, when it was like, oh, his child is off limits and all this other kind of stuff. Y'all have to bear with me. I'm a little scatterbrained and I'll get a little nervous when I come up on these panels. But
you're fine.
I was explaining to another panel, unfortunately, if you understand anything about combat, the rules of engagement under any circumstances, and I believe Classics mentioned that he was like a boxer, you don't get into a combat situation and go, it's just between me and the other fighter. I am only going to focus on his strengths and not his weaknesses. You're going to look and see, is he stepping? Does he wobble on his left foot? What punch has more power? This is the whole point of combat, is to observe your opponent, to see where their weaknesses are, to see if I want to defeat them or diffuse them, what is your weakest link? Because that's what I'm going to attack. And Anton, not being socially aware of any of this, in my opinion, let me say that, he didn't understand the rules of engagement when it came. He didn't really study his opponent enough. He studied a thing about his opponent. Corey may not like the whole SD thing, but he did not truly study his opponent in order to go in and actually defeat him. He went in for a moment. So and I was having this conversation with one of my friends, and I was like, there's a thing about being situationally aware. You understand certain things from certain vantage points. You don't necessarily have to be in the street to understand street culture. You don't have to be a businessman to understand business. You just have to understand things from a certain perspective. And Anton just simply doesn't seem to get that, right? He is only looking at it, and I believe y'all mentioned this, he's only looking at it from the perspective of getting the bag, i.e. bag chasers, right?
Yeah.
Because I caught a clip and he was like, yeah, he was by himself and wherever he, I guess, stays at or films from, and he was like, yeah, I was just thinking, with all of this, how much money am I going to make? And he was like, oh, I'm going to make about $1 million off of this. And I had asked my friend, I said, well, I want to ask the question, and I pose this to you all as the panel and as well as those in the chat. When you go out and you do a thing from an emotional perspective and you don't think about a thing, you have to ask yourself the question, how much is your pain or the people that you're going to cause pain worth? Because for him to get up here and now, like you all were saying, put his daughter as the shield and say, look at what he did to my daughter, and use all the legalese buzzwords of my minor child was harmed psychologically and all of that. And I said, Anton is going to have to take that L on that. That has nothing to do with Corey. That didn't start with Corey. That's not going to end with Corey. And if you understand anything about being a parent, I'm a kind of only speak from the perspective of a woman. If you understand anything about that, when your child or when your family is harmed mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, or financially, that responsibility solely falls on you, because your actions caused the harm, not the person who said, I know how to get to your weakness and I'm going to shoot at your weakness before I shoot at you. See, he went around and sold wolf tickets for a whole week. And I said, Corey just took them little pebbles and he stacked them up in like a little pile. And he said, I'm going to just let them rock out. This is why I said Anton doesn't have any situational awareness. He doesn't understand the rules of engagement. He doesn't understand combat. He only understands chasing a bag. And this is where he sat there and called Corey a Neanderthal and all this other kind of stuff. And I was like, but you played yourself by a person you said who lacks less intelligence than you. You the one that got on there and said you were a chess player and you did all of this stuff. And I am no chess player by any stretch of the imagination, but strategically, you would think if you were a chess player, strategically, you would have thought this out a little bit better, and you didn't. And now your family is the one that's catching strays, but you now want to say it's everybody else's fault. It's Corey's fault. It's people out here laughing at the joke fault. It's, those who don't ride for me fault. It's just like you, and to go back to kind of make this whole thing full circle and then I'll land. What did Corey say in the initial meeting with him and Anton? He says, Anton, you're holding everybody else accountable but yourself, and said, Wahite man, if you will. And with that, I land.
I appreciate that. I appreciate your take, Sonny. Always. You can stay up as long as you like as well. But we got to shout out Classic, man, passing around that collection plate. Appreciate your brother. He said, God bless the Raw Society, RSC. As y'all know, again, just doing some housekeeping while we got these eyes on the prize. February 13th, we are going to be in Chi-Town, west side of Chi-Town, there in Illinois. We're going to be at the Q Bar. You're going to be able to see all of the Raw Society, your favorite Uncle Plug TV, your boy Tez Down, or the sophisticated crash out, as we call them these days. The classic codes, and our first lady conversation with Soft Rain. Y'all probably seen her in the chat, getting everything off. But I definitely agree with you, Miss Sunny. I think some people don't understand that money can't build a wall. Like, I think we have to understand that money doesn't build a wall and it doesn't stop you from being touched. And Corey just only tipped the iceberg. He didn't really go hard. Like, we don't even know. Corey might go and get a whole comedy show segment about his daughter. Like, we don't know what's about to come out of this. Like, he just tapped a little bit of the platform. He ain't really hit him hard yet. So we'll see. I think he backed down now. I think that whole rant on the Millionaire Morning Show was his way of saying, hey, you got it. I think he even said it. Like, you won. I know it was his Room 9 night show. He said it. You won, Corey. You won. Like, so.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't care if he backing down from Corey. Every time he goes live and I'm able to catch it, and you say anything about black people, I will be right there. I will be right there. Anytime anybody starts talking bad about black people, spouting off fake facts, talking about white supremacist talking points, no more white supremacist talking points in black spaces. You want to be a white supremacist? Go be a white supremacist. They will lynch you too. They will lynch you too. Okay, so I brought y'all 10 of them. Last time I checked, it looked like it was 11 of them in here. What you think? Yeah, Chuck. It's 11 of them in here. We got 11 to string up. Do not forget where you came from. Do not forget. Just because you got a couple of dollars in your pocket does not mean you just like them. They are trying to take over this country. They're trying to take over this world. And you helping them. Put money in their pocket because they feed you the scraps off the table. You are despicable. And everybody like him is despicable. What you gonna do about it, Tez? This right here, letting everybody know the fraud that you are.
I got a stupid question for everybody. Since we got us a nice gang here, when was he gonna take a chance or just take a moment there in his soliloquy to defend his wife? When was he gonna start defending his wife? Corey talked about making sweet, tender love to her and even taking nutritional vitamins to make sure he busts far enough off in the back of her cervix and ovaries to produce a handsome boy child. These are the things that he said, and I'm trying to be as nice about it as I can. He talked about ejaculating in his woman. And not only did he talk about it, yes, you guys, I'm going to be done, I promise you. He talked about it. He brought it back up. Then he rapped about it. And then he didn't speak to Anton no more. He spoke directly to the wife. He spoke directly. He said, hey, baby, if that's what you want, if you want what you need, Corey got it for you, baby. All I heard him talking about is his daughter. When is you going to protect your wife? You would never, ever, boy. Go ahead.
He can't, Classic. you can't protect what you already messed up. He already disrespected his wife
100 times.
You see what I mean? So you can't protect something that you already disrespected. Like it don't even line up.
He brought a side chick with him
to
back him up.
So he defended the one thing that he could defend, which is his daughter, who he's never mistreated or never done wrong. You can't defend something you damaged.
So he said he was going to take special vitamins for his wife. Y'all go ahead. It's popcorn
I call
style.
him Futon Daniels because he folds up.
What up?
Man.
That's Futon Daniels. He folds up. You could never tell me that about my chick. Never. Matter of fact, it's bare knuckle. 16s is over. It's bare knuckle.
Yeah, don't get quiet now, y'all. Somebody say something. Tristan,
no, he said, no, Classic, remember, he said she wouldn't be in his top 5 rotation, but he'll move his women around to put her in the top 5.
That's the one right there. That's the one.
I was like, I'm telling you, I was sitting there going, this is crazy. How do we? And you're right. That was the one thing I kept sitting there, and I was like, he hasn't mentioned his wife yet. He kind of threw her in there, kind of in a like offhanded way, like, "Oh yeah, my wife," when he was talking about the daughter. But everything was focused on the daughter, and it's just like this whole time, even with his alleged side chick, and if you watched her,
where was she at last night, Sonny? Everybody else was there. Where was she at?
She hasn't been, even when she did like her little response to the whole thing. She's on paid leave. Yeah. When she did her response to the thing, she didn't even mention his name. She actually was like, "Yo, Corey, my bad. I'm sorry. I don't have any hard feelings towards you." And that speaks volumes. And that's why I said Anton wasn't ready. He's punching out of his weight class, thinking that, oh yeah, I'm gonna go on this man's show. And that's why I think on y'all's show I said, Anton didn't respect Corey's celebrity. And when I made that statement, what I meant is that Corey got his bag differently. Corey don't have internet money. Corey has been in the game for 30 years, and he had to grind it out and get to where he is to be who he was. He may not be the big name comedian that we all know and that we all see on a regular.
Where you from?
Corey is. I was born and raised in Georgia.
Okay, so Corey is from Chicago, right? Corey,
yeah, I know he's from Chicago.
Somebody came to his spot that was uninvited. It wasn't invited.
Right. That's a whole nother issue. That was a whole nother thing that I said too, because somebody was trying to argue with me in the chats and was like, he could have brought who he wanted to. And I'm like, you can't bring an uninvited guest to my house and think that I have to offer them any level of courtesy. You brought them here uninvited. I invited you. You didn't even have the respect to ask me. But what I'm just saying with Corey's time in the game is that he got it from the mud. It's not like this internet money. You don't have your 15 minutes and you can be that type of quote unquote celebrity. Corey is true celebrity in the fact of they used to grind it out. You know what I mean? Corey, you're right. Corey don't need fame. If we all know him regardless, right? We've known Corey Holcomb from Black Jesus, his comedy, time on Wild and Out. Anton will never have that resume. Never have that resume. So, and I also want to kind of point this out. I've noticed throughout that conversation, every time Corey says something, Anton parroted it. He was like, "Well, I'm from Chicago." He was like, "Well, I'm from Detroit." And Corey was patting his head. He was like, "Well, I got money for this." He was like, "I got money too."
Anton
and then it was just
stated he wants to be a politician. He wants to run for the Senate. He wants to be a part of government. That is why he's been kissing all of these dudes' mayonnaise colored behinds, is because he wants them to be his constituency.
But how do you
be put on by them?
He's not going to have that level. He's not going to get that level of respect because they don't move like this. That's what I'm saying. He just doesn't understand the game.
But to everybody who came up here, how do y'all feel about the actual topic though? Like, do y'all feel that his friends let him down or his circle let him down? Like, how do y'all feel about the actual meat and potatoes? We all know Anton. We all know Corey. But how do y'all feel? Because I feel like Corey circle showed you what good friendship looked like. You seen the lady have his back. You seen like y'all seen Craig and like so we seen what a good solid circle looked like. How do y'all feel about the circle? You go ahead, plug.
2K, what we said earlier, 2K was getting ready to say what he want to say. Everybody was saying whatever they were saying behind the scenes before he got there. Before he came back into the hotel room, they was already getting ready to say what they wanted to say.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no real one going, man, I don't give a where you at, where you from, I don't care. When you invite anybody to a body part, dog, is done deal. You just initiated nothing but war. Then when you left and you came back and you say you're gonna beat the shit out of Corey, bro, you don't know what landmines you led for yourself. Bro, you say you studied him to trigger him, but you didn't study him to finish him. Because Corey initiated the finish him. And then dropped another pod. Say, Dion, now you can go ahead and drop the pod with me and you on there. Go ahead and drop the pod because this finna go up, bro. I'm trying to tell you right now what's going on right now. Anton has, like, bro, there's, I don't give a fuck about no money. Point blank, period. Use a whole hoe for this. To jump in that pool, and then now he say something about your people, and now you want to jump out. Now you want to be victim now. When you try to go on a whole bag parade to go and get this bag, you weren't thinking about the casualties it would leave. Now you want to scream victim. Use a whole hoe. That what hoes do. Use a whole hoe. Use a whole hoe. Right now, I can't be around you, bro. If I'm on here, man, I'm going to have to just forfeit this bread because all money ain't good money. I got to forfeit this money. I got to bag back, bro, because you a whole hoe and I'm going to be guilty by association. Ain't nothing about you, dog. Ain't no way you going to come on here and SMD. Dog, you could have said anything but that, bro. Like, that's your only comeback? That's real white boyish. That's some square lame. Just, bro, that's something that you just couldn't formulate nothing else but say that. Mm-hmm. And now you want to play victim.
Okay, guys. Tristan, what you got, boss man? I know you've been having to come in and out. We want you to go ahead and get off what you got to say. Welcome in, Tristan. How you doing, boss man?
I'm all right, y'all. How y'all feeling? Because it seemed like my internet going in and out, so I think full time at work. So I'll keep it pushing. I actually think that if we go back to it, his people did listen. If that ain't the most paid actors if I ever seen, like 2K almost got it. He was actually about to. My question to him would have been, why didn't you finish that? Like, what, other than Anton stopping you in that moment, what stopped you from like reeling the conversation back in? Because he did a lot of gymnastics over there. So that would have been my question. What actually stopped him from bringing the conversation right back to, this is what you was looking like, explain that.
Shit, I can't say nothing. Ain't that because there ain't no explanation for it.
By saying black folks stupid?
I mean, just in general, like when you come up with, like when people come up with examples or analogies, it's either gonna come from the front of your brain, because you just was talking about it, right? Or it's gonna come from your subconscious. So either way, both of them flow off the tongue very quickly, right? Whether it's coming from the front of your brain because you was just thinking about it, or if it come from your subconscious. For him to spew out, that's like me saying all black people are stupid. That's the first example that popped in his head.
Whether it's from, he said.
Right. Whether he said. And that's what Corey pointed out. See, people were trying to talk about Corey's intellect. Corey's very smart. Intellect articulates itself in a lot of different ways. The man caught all the BS that Anton was on. He caught all of it. He even told him in the conversation, I don't like people that slick. You know what I'm saying? And Anton was like, me either. He was like, yeah, I'm glad you feel like that. He was like, because he telling him like, bro, you slick, bro, like you slick.
Yeah,
like you. That's the first thing came to your mind. He like, why ain't something about white people the first thing that come to your mind?
He even said like, I don't know if you caught it. Go ahead, bro.
No, you good.
No. He said it. He said it while he was talking. Said, he said most people ain't gonna catch this.
Oh yeah. He did.
Yeah. He was dropping a lot of game. He was dropping a lot of jewels, and Anton just wasn't picking it up. And that's why I say Anton was punching out of his weight class. I mean, he was fighting out of his weight class, and he didn't even realize it. Corey was literally giving him the game. He was like, everybody you see up there paid their dues. There's a reason why they're sitting in this room, right? And back to the point that Souls was trying to make about Anton's panel, those people are not his friend, because if they were truly his friend, 2K, Slimmy were trying, but everybody else, as like their quote unquote friend, they just there for the bag. They remain, they remain quiet.
You got a whole black panel every night. Every night he has a whole black panel of 6-7 people, all black people. And the first thing that comes out of his mouth in the middle of an argument, mind you, where things are heated, where you don't have time to calculate everything you're going to say and be super articulate, the first thing that he says is, well, just like, people think that all black people are stupid. When it's obvious you got 3 women on your panel usually every night. Black women are the most educated people per percentage in America right now. That doesn't even make any sense to even come out of your mouth. That's a stereotype that's not even supported by numbers. You're supposed to be this politician type dude. That's the first thing that comes out of your mouth. So once again, this goes right back to the talking points. I'm the one that's different, right? Yeah, I'm not like the rest of y'all. That's a problem.
Yeah, they do bicker.
Right, Chanel.
Yeah.
But then you also got to understand, on his panel, he's disrespectful to a lot of them.
Damn near all of them. I'll say the only person that really don't catch it on a personal level is Carrie, and probably Molly. But like, cause Carrie, he'll combat her on some like new believer type stuff in recent history. Like he'll combat her there, but personally, he don't combat Carrie. Like as far as
Carrie husband, that's why.
Yeah.
Oh, I was about to say Carrie is married, but you notice his panel has changed too. What Carrie is doing? What's her name? Island Gal. I forgot her name. His whole panel has changed over the last like 5 years. I saw the one girl, she used to argue with him all the time. She was on a whole nother panel. I forgot her name, but yeah, his whole panel has changed.
Jazz.
Yes, Jazz. Yeah. I'm sorry. Tez, to your point, when you talk about being a politician, he's still not operating in that space. He just doesn't get it. He thinks this is going to win him those brownie points or whatever. But history has shown him that that's not going to help him. Even politicians who tried this didn't win it. Look at the guy. What's the Brian Donaldson, Tim Scott, Candace Owens. You have Tommy Sotomayor. Huh?
Alan Keyes was a politician that they shipped to Illinois because they didn't want Barack Obama to win a seat in the Senate. It was vacant. He got destroyed by Barack Obama in Illinois. He tried the same thing. He was out there walking around, hosting barbecues, kicking it with people. Barack wasn't out there with them people. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Barack, we're walking around the South Side. Everybody knew who he was. He was in the government buildings though. He wasn't out there throwing barbecues and having what was that? What was the block party? I don't know if y'all remember Alan Keyes in the block party, but he tried to have a block party to bring black people together so they would vote for him. And everybody said, "We don't even know who you are. You just got here, and now you want to run for a seat in our state? Nah, no.
Yeah,
you're not even an Illinois citizen. They shipped you all the way over here to try to take away from somebody else."
With that said, though, we still have to be mindful though that this black man was able to shift a very high percentage of black people to start thinking differently. Like you can't like negate that. Like you got to think about the talks he started to have people vote differently, for people to think outside the box who probably normally wouldn't. that's something that he will always be able to lay his hat on, because even if he doesn't need to lean on black people anymore, he has those platforms. This dude was going on CNN. He was like, he's already laid the foundation. He probably ruined it. I think that's why he stopped going back and forth with Corey, because I think he started to, somebody got in his ear and was like, hey, bro, election season coming back around. We're going to need you back on CNN with your AD polo shirt on. Like, somebody got in his ear for him to fade back so quickly.
I think he's right, but I also think he's trying to imply that, because if you notice what he said in his, that when he was talking about the minor child and the mental anguish and, you know, all of this stuff, and I had to take her to the hospital, I think he's trying to imply that he is going to file legal action. So I think he's trying to kind of do this little fail shot across the bow to scare Corey or whomever to stop talking, because here comes the legal action. But the problem is that his daughter was, Corey technically didn't speak about his daughter. I am no lawyer or attorney, and I'm not going to try to pretend to be one on the internet, but he has to understand that the picture that Corey received was not personal, it was public, and Corey never stated the young lady's name, and the joke that was being told was about him and his looks. And unfortunately, like we said, the daughter caught the stray.
I got a clip that I want to show y'all that kind of depicts how Anton Daniels wanted to go, how his defense strategy essentially. You know, it's something that came to mind just now. And so I wanted to pull this up to kind of display to y'all exactly how Anton decided to handle his conflict with Corey Holcomb. The bullets began to fly, and this was Anton. We won't play too much for copyrights. Hold on. As y'all see here, let me turn this down a little bit so I can call it, you know, doing a little film study here. As y'all can see, Anton is in need of a Anton being Nino Brown in this situation. You know, he thought life was great. Let's show him doing. Let's go back a little bit. We're gonna show the jolly feeling, that the feeling of joy that he's been living in. Look at him, smiling, acts of service. Anton love the kids, protector and provider. Oh, shit finna get real. Shit finna get real. Anton's running. He's running. It's too hot. I ain't gonna make it. I need a shield. Anton, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Let's go back. I don't want to take over the show. Anton.
We gotta make that. We gotta make that a thumbnail, dog.
Anton Daniels. Anton Daniels, ladies and gentlemen.
We gotta make that a thumbnail, dog. We gotta make that.
All alleged for content creation purposes and entertainment. Anton Daniels.
Hey, that's definitely a thumbnail.
Classic. You know, that's all. You know, it's what came to mind.
Yeah, hide behind.
That was a good one right there. That was perfect. Which one of us gonna steal it? We both gonna steal it?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, got
Clip it. That's a reel too. Clip
it. Yep.
Hey,
let me know which one of them. I could take Nino Fall, and you could take whichever one you want to take.
Yeah, we gonna figure it out.
Have any of y'all ever got somebody a little bit pregnant? Like just a little bit?
Yeah, a little
just bit. A little bit pregnant.
A little bit pregnant. Sonny said no. Sonny said no.
Okay, Sonny, you never been just a little bit pregnant?
No.
Like you're not pregnant, but you're just a little bit pregnant.
Oh, okay. Is this like the no?
Okay, all right. So either you're pregnant or you're not, right?
Correct.
So I would hazard a guess here that if Anton Daniels is spouting off the exact same stuff that the people who hate us are spouting off, that he's not just a little bit weird or a little bit wrong, he's all the way wrong. Well, he did some nice stuff. Yeah, but he did all of this. Okay, but he only grapes a little bit, but he saves sometimes, but he also grapes. But he saves, but he still grapes. What's a couple of grapes here and there? You know, you know, he did a couple of cool things. He did a couple of cool things. He helped people a little bit. But what about all of this though? Well, yeah, he helped the people a little bit though. He's not all that bad. It's crazy that how every time we start talking about these types of people, we start talking about Spider-Man all over again. But listen, Peter, with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
He has a responsibility to the Black community. He does not have a responsibility to any other community, despite what people want to believe. He has no
but his first responsibility
to
to his family, and if he won't give it to his family, he's not gonna give it to the Black community.
He obviously don't care about his family, because why are you bringing chicks cross country with you if they care about your wife so much, or your daughter?
Oh, he had her on the. He had her courtside last year.
Exactly. Look, being seen, being heard, bringing somebody cross country for backup that wasn't invited. Was she your personal stenographer, your secretary? You know, look, the game knows the game, and people can say whatever they want. Allegedly this, allegedly that. It is what it is. That's your work wife, and we know what happens to the work wife. The work husband hugged the work wife harder than her own husband hugged her. We know this. We know this. We witnessed it. We witnessed it for years. I'm gonna say it one more time for all the people in the back, all the lurkers, and the people who was trying to, get rid of my comments last night. Y'all suck. Y'all are the worst parts of Black peoples. Y'all are, because you will sell out your own people for a couple of pennies to rub together. That's why. I got some money. Y'all, anybody else want some of this money over here? All you got to do is turn in 5 of them.
Yeah, but look what happens. Look what happens when you start to when you start to go against the grain, i.e. Candace Owens, right? What did they do? When Kanye West went against the grain, what did they do?
They got rid of them too.
Right. But what Anton and those who are like him don't understand, you are a useful fool until you're not. Right? So when you get out of line, what do they do? So they attack you socioeconomically. They was like, oh, okay, well, we were the one fatten up his pockets anyway, so we'll just take it back. What did they do with Kyrie? I think it was Kyrie Irving.
Same thing.
So he didn't even get
share a post. Do you know what a covert asset is? It's a spy, right? A covert asset, somebody that's sent to infiltrate a community or group, organization, in order to gain intel on them, or sway the opinion of the masses inside the group. Some people call them moles. What happens when you lose control of that asset? You burn that asset. All those people you see crashing and burning all the time, and they big public scandals, and everybody's doing videos on it. Those are assets that are being burnt by their handlers.
Right.
And these are people that people want to defend and listen to.
Yeah.
Their own handlers are burning them.
Yeah.
It's obvious to anybody that's seen it happen before. I'm just not gonna let it be me. I care about my own ass, and by my own ass, I mean my blackness.
I think
these massive grapefruit of fortitude hanging down. They gonna make sure that my blackness is certified and protected. And when I see somebody coming at it the way that this man gallivants it, and look, I wear Jordans. I'm Black.
Right. But my mother used to tell me when I was growing up, always be wary that white ice ain't colder than black. It's formed under the same conditions.
Yeah. I like what Marathon said here, though. He said her presence was the main reason he was acting the way he did with Corey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Facts.
And did you hear how he talked about her? There was a point he was bragging about how great she looked. Oh, did you Tamika look good? I was like, this man is married. And there was a panel. There was that one panel. There was one time I had caught another YouTuber reviewing the panel, and him and Q were going back and forth. And Q was like, and I'm paraphrasing. Q said, if we was out here, I'll be pulling more women than you. And then Anton was like, "Don't do that. Don't act like that. Don't say that." And I'm like, "You're married. You're not even in the game. So how are you now sitting here talking about you can pull just as many baddies or more than Q?" And I was just like, this doesn't even make any sense. But that's why I say when if people just sat and observed the man, he has told you who he was before. And mind you, there was another video that came out years ago, even before Anton really was in that light, and he was telling this story about when he was working at, is it General Motors that's out there in Detroit?
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying that he had this
ran
great
that
job.
scam.
He ran a scam, and he got the family member that was at the medical facility got fired. Family members that were in these executive positions and had these like government contracts, they lost those contracts just simply because of his recklessness and going in and consistently getting these notes so he could take off work. So if that happened before he had a kid, then what makes you think? I say this: if that's how you treat your family, that's how you'll treat me. And I'm just a new person in your life. If I'm considered a friend, I don't, you don't have any value from me. And that's why I asked the question earlier, what is the cost of your pain? What is the cost of his family's pain? What is the cost of the people in his life? Because everybody has a price tag. Everybody.
Yeah.
He didn't care about his own child. What he was saying about her Olympic dreams, the greatness that he did. I mean, he said, I put in all this thought to have a child. I strategically said I wanted one kid so I could pour into them and make them the best version of who they're going to become. And I was willing to put that on the line and compromise all of that for a bag. Anton will tell you right now, he will be the one that will sell you to the highest bidder without question. Family or not, that doesn't mean anything. He has no loyalties to nothing but the bag and himself. And Anton's problem is that's why I say he's not situationally aware. Anton does not understand how things operate outside of his ego. He literally gets online and says the most hypocritical and oxymoron stuff. And I'm like, you do know you're recording yourself, and this is now living on the internet for the rest of your life because people have probably clipped it, screwed it, and did everything else with it. And you just don't seem to realize that this stuff is going to come back to bite you. That's why I say he's just not situationally aware. He just doesn't get it. And he thinks he's the biggest man in the room with the most money and the smartest. And those, what did they say? The pride before the fall.
Yeah.
Here we are.
But you know, Miss Sonny, like he did just enough because we as African Americans are so like we have a lot of forgiveness. We're very forgetful.
We do.
Like you got to think about it. Today he talked about on his show, like, hey, we had about 20,000 bag chasers. You know what I mean? Like for him, it's no longer like reality. It's just like, okay, I got all these people. I just got to keep all these Danielites in line and the money's going to keep flowing. You know what I mean? He's willing to lose the one or twosies every day to keep everything afloat. You know what I mean? Like, and he can reinvent himself. Like he already did it. You know, he was with Lapeef first. And then somehow Lapeef kind of just fell off. I mean, he still has a good show, but like he took everything with him.
He was with Kevin Samuels for a bit.
Yeah, like so, like it's just like the dude knows how to rebuild regardless. Like I think this whole thing with his daughter is actually going to get him more of the white crowd. Like, because you got to think about it, his daughter goes overseas. She's fighting for the Olympics. Like, it's going to be an even bigger story.
He got on two networks. He got on CNN and he got on Fox after the CK shooting, right? He got on there, and that's when he decided permanently that he wanted to be a politician because of how much attention that he was getting. And he's trying to follow in the same footsteps of everybody else that wants to just, toe the line real quick, but not really be on the side that's right. He wants to pander. He wants to lead people in the wrong direction because he knows that if you can get the other side votes, you become more valuable to them. And he only cares about his pocketbook. So that's what he's going to do. Corey called it out. He might not have said super blatantly, but he said, why don't you never say nothing bad about them? But the first thing you want to do is talk about brothers and sisters. Every time you get a chance.
It's easy to punch down.
Yeah.
Not to say it's easy to punch down. It's, you know, to punch down and degrade the Black community has been people's bags for years. That's the easy bag. It's easy to punch down. It's not easy to punch up. Because he, in so many ways, he understands that, you know, you can't bite the hand that feeds you or that you want to feed you. So it's easy just to hit the lowest target. Oh, all of you are degenerates. Y'all don't deserve reparations. You are this and you're that, while still being online and doing the very thing that a lot of people who get a little money in the Black community do, wearing designer clothes, going out and getting the bad bitch and driving the high-end cars and thinking that that's showing a form of wealth, and it's not. Wealth is quiet, rich is loud.
I like that. I like that. So we about to wrap up to about 2 hours, man. I want to ask everybody something, man. Y'all can go however order you want. If you were Corey in this situation, we ain't gonna put Anton. If you were Corey in this situation, what would you have done differently? And I want everybody to give me one thing you would have done differently if you were Corey in this situation. Whoever wants to start can go. Go ahead, Plug.
As soon as he said what he said, and I stepped over there and confronted him, I'd have put that whole ass nigga off my show. I would have got him off my show. I'd have never let him get off. And I think I gotta credit that to my dog. Classic, I think you said that should never let that nigga get off. But I just couldn't restraint. I'm gonna get out.
Yeah. So, who next?
I don't think Corey should have done nothing different. I think he comes out the winner in all of this because he didn't get off brand. Corey didn't do nothing we don't think Corey would have did.
Yeah.
He didn't get off brand. If anything, I'm gonna be real with you. Me being a person who is Mr. Take This Shit Too Far, Corey taking it light on. Corey being gracious. Like you said, bro, he could go do an hour special right now. His name ringing in the streets crazy. Netflix probably got a bag for him right now.
Yeah.
He could put 45 minutes on Anton's daughter and wife's ass right now. And it's going to be funny. The whole 45. We going to cry. So if one insult is enough to destroy, he's talking about she's destroyed. She's destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so if that one insult destroyed her, imagine if Corey really decided to put foot on neck. Wouldn't that, y'all think these millions bring different conversations? Netflix, y'all, I'm gonna give y'all an example real fast and I'm gonna be done because I know everybody got to answer this. Y'all remember when Nike told Michael Jordan, keep wearing the shoes, we'll pay the fine?
Mm-hmm.
Keep wearing the shoes, we'll pay the fine. Say Netflix, hey, get on his ass. We see that they looking at analytics. The numbers behind this right now, Netflix got a bag for him. Hey, if he sue you, we got it.
One second, Clay. I'm sorry to cut you off. Sorry to cut you. Yeah. Appreciate your marathon. Appreciate your 1999. He said this group has a lot of knowledge and maturity, man.
Yeah, or farming home up in rank. Step in the room, they paid away. I get treated like a milli tank. Southpaw like I'm really tank. I do things that they really can't. Envious, cause they really ain't. I'ma win.
All right, now that's all 1999 get you a classic now. Hey, his album worth about $3 million. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's all. But we shout out to Marathon, man. We appreciate you, man. That's what we're trying to do on all our platforms, man. While we got you here, man, make sure you lock in with Uncle Plug TV. You got Tez at the Tez Down. You got the classic codes, and you also have myself here. Then you have our first lady, Conversation with Soft Rain. And if we keep getting Miss Sunny to come on this thing, she might be next. You never know. You never know who's gonna be the next creator in this thing, man. So we appreciate your marathon, man. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Man. No, you good. You good. I was just saying, like, you never know what type of bag might get thrown at Corey to go and double down on that thing. You know what I'm saying? They might even help him fight the case. Hey, man, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Come get this bread. You hot as fish grease right now. We need that. Netflix need a good special. You know what I'm saying? They paying Dave Chappelle an exorbitant amount of money to go up there and have a one-on-one conversation with a group of people. You know what I'm saying? They pay, like, a lot of these specials ain't hitting. You feel me? I mean, Dave, he be saying good stuff, but it's just not necessarily comedy no more. It's an expose, if you will. I mean, he's just up there talking. You feel me? So it's like, but yeah, man, you just never know what type of opportunities Corey getting offered right now. Because at the end of the day, the level of visibility and traction behind this, if I'm Corey, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know if I would change anything. If I would change anything, it'll be to triple down. I'm with all that. Oh, you disrespecting me when I was trying to chill and just have a conversation with you? Okay. I'm gonna take fuck going outside. I'm taking this shit to the moon. Straight up. We finna go figure out how to get past we going through the ozone layer, through the firmament. We going too far. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Until I don't know, man. Sometimes letting stuff go don't feel right. When you give somebody a pass and you know you should have smacked them up, that could haunt a grown man for the rest of his life. So however Corey handled it, he handled it. Listen, chat, I'm telling y'all right now, it's some people right now that think it's over between us. And it's not. I just haven't seen you. It's not over. It's not over. That fade you said you wanted, we doing that.
He definitely clapped back on another.
Nah, that's real. You don't have to see me for real. Yeah.
Yeah, Tristan. Yeah, look, it's not over, G.
He said he was going to dog walk Corey.
I heard him. That's what I'm telling you. You all that what you was talking about, I'm gonna make you live that, G. So my quote, I hope you've been training. That's my quote. I hope you've been training. I'm going to the gym in a few hours. That's all, bro. You can't just talk how people don't know. A lot of people around the world today, because they done feminized everything that got so soft. It's a lot of men out here talking because they haven't been hitting their mouth. They talk like they talk because ain't nobody hit them in their mouth. It is what it is. You ain't see it.
Yeah, we did. We hey, y'all. Stay tuned to Raw Society, the Classic Code. We got a lot coming for y'all probably in the next 24 hours, man. I'm sure we're going to probably do something that a lot of people haven't done, man. You know, we got a lot of time, you know. So we're going to definitely get some content out there. Yeah. What's up, Plain? He said he been listening. I've been here for a minute, man. We appreciate you, man. Make sure you tap in to everybody on the platform, man. Again, Uncle Plug TV. We have Tez down. We have the Classic Codes, myself, Souls of Thought, and we got our First Lady, Soft Rain. If you stay to the end, you'll definitely see the end, and we'll show everybody. We'll get all the housekeeping in. Appreciate you, Ancient African King. He said he tapped in. Appreciate you, man. He said, what y'all ends on my algorithm? It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, stay in the algorithm, Bill.
Why you ain't click the link?
Oh, he said he been here for a minute. The link been going through for why you ain't click the link? If you felt so strong, you could have came and talked to
Pop up.
We don't bite on the internet.
Can't do nothing. Hands free.
Miss Sonny, while we waiting on if he comes up, Miss Sonny, what would you have done if you were Corey? Would you have done anything differently?
I think the only thing if I was Corey that I would have done differently is just done a bit more research on Anton, because I think Anton was easy to tamp down even without him doing all of that, right? So yeah, that's kind of what I think he should have just did a little bit more research. But I also think because Anton was trying to control the narrative and the conversation in that moment. And once I saw that happen, then I would have just dismissed him. But I wanted to say this. Somebody said that I study boxing, but I wanted to say this. I'll lose the battle to win the war. And that's what I think, in all of this. I think Corey can come out on top of this regardless, because you can lose the battle to win the war. That's why I say, when you understand things from a certain perspective, is you, and I hate to kind of put everything with this comparison of combat, but in so many ways, combat is kind of life, right? You
He sat
have
in
to.
that man's lap. That was combat.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying. But if you listen to what Corey said in that moment during the initial meet, he dropped jewels, and Anton was like, I don't get it. I don't get it. And I'm like, this dude is, you're out of your depth. And then when Corey came back and he was like, I sat in his lap and he didn't do nothing. He said, my size up was when I got up and walked over. I, as a woman, listen, I ain't no fighter, but don't push me. The minute you got out your chair, I'm getting up and I'm keeping distance. You always gonna be an arm's length away from me, because if I got to run or if I got to swing, you gonna get hit with something, right? I understand that as a woman. How do you not understand that as a man? And I don't want to split that hair, but come on. It's called situational awareness. This is not something, you don't sit down with your head down looking at your phone. You're in combat and your opponent just got up. You put yourself in the least defensive manner possible. And then you're going to sit there and talk about you with a dog walk me and put your little rusty knuckles in the thing and talk about you run face all day. Security would have won the fight. And I land with that.
Yeah. So before I give you my take, we appreciate you, Emperor Stats. He said, but I'm going to tell y'all this, man. Everybody keeps saying Corey should have left the kids out. I'm going to tell y'all this, man. There's something called life. There's no rules to life. You either have to learn how to survive or you're going to die trying. Once you say what you had to say, everything's all out there, man. Nothing's off limits, dog. We can't tell another man how to fight his fight. You can't. If you're a southpaw, we could still talk about boxing. You can't get mad at me because I own, what is it called? What would be the other position?
Orthodox.
Right? You can't get mad at me because I'm a southpaw and don't want to go orthodox and fight you orthodox. Like you can't pick the way I choose to defend myself. Like you can't do that. If you wanted me to do that, you don't go back to your hotel room and get on the camera and talk crazy. And then you don't wake up 24 hours later and still talk crazy. Then you don't wake up 48 hours and still talk crazy. Like, if y'all want it to be rules and respect, you have to have a limit. You have to cut off. I'm telling y'all, I guarantee you, if Anton would have let everything go that first night, y'all, it would have been done. Corey only
next show.
He had to.
Here go the thing. The proof is in the pudding, right? So this level of exposure and this level of virality is supposed to benefit his numbers, right? Anton is live right now, just like us. He's doing his normal numbers. He only got 2,000 people in his stream. Corey went live on Tuesday, did 500,000 in a day or less. You feel me? The proof is in the pudding. Same way that Anton put his foot on Lapeef's neck, the same way. I remember him streaming and looking at Lapeef numbers live on his stream, like, yeah, right now we got 5,000 people in here, and Lapeef only, we looking at, he wouldn't say his name, but he'd be like, that other dude only got 50 people watching him right now. We streaming. He said, I'm going to stream at the same time he streamed every single week until I put him out as misery. I remember that. If Corey decided to start doing a Tuesday, Thursday, Friday show, you might be facing the same thing, gang. What it look like, numerically speaking, right now, as we speak, bro, I'm looking at room now and they got 2.2K.
Same.
That's his regular numbers, bro. He had them numbers on Tuesday. He had them numbers on Thursday. It's the regular numbers, bro. It's the same niggas in the. It ain't no new people that then slid and joined Team Anton since all this occurred, bro. So I would say, analytically, it's backfiring.
Bet they talking about somebody tight shorts again.
Yeah, he said he went to see Corey live in Texas a couple of years back.
You in the big TX marathon?
Yeah, nigga, we was there too. We was there too, nigga. We was there too, Nick.
He in the city with it. He was in that good Arlington, you know.
Yeah, in the Arlington Improv. Died laughing.
Yeah. So I would tell y'all this. What I would do if I was Corey, what I would have did differently, Anton would have
Hey,
never
man,
had,
listen.
he would never had an invite to my platform. Because one thing that kind of threw me off was all the information and all the thoughts that Corey already, all the preconceived notions Corey already had about Anton. And Corey kept talking about principle. And I feel like if you really stand on principle, you don't bend for no one. Why would I bring someone into my home that I feel we don't have the same principles? So I feel like that's the only thing I would have did differently. I would never brought him up to my platform at all. If it's about principle.
No, I actually think
Tristan
that
didn't answer yet. No, he didn't.
Oh, he
things,
said
yeah. So things.
Go ahead, Tristan.
Things happened the way that it was supposed to happen. I actually think, because like Classic said, I got the same position. I think, people got to see a different perspective on who he is for real, right? Because I remember it was like a couple years ago. The disconnect for me was when he said something about feminism. They were talking about the origin of feminism, and he left white man out of that completely. And that's when I was like, oh shit, we got a bootlicker. Listen,
Say one more
was
time for
up
the people
there,
in the
and
back, Tristan.
he left out white men completely, and they were talking about the origin of feminism, and I was like, yeah, that's we got one.
He licking the whole side of that duck boot.
Yeah, he need to study. He need to study history though, because white men paid into feminism. White men funded feminism and liberation. It's all good. That's a different conversation. But that's crazy. He seemed to have his historical facts is a little. You know what I mean? Like I'm starting to believe that C student shit. The more
It's true. Would I have done something differently? Well, I'm highly confrontational in my own space. And I'm highly confrontational with anti-black, sensibilities. So the minute that I would have said the same thing, especially, I have a quick question, Souls. Do I have the same type of money that Corey has?
Who?
At that point, at that point, do I if I'm having this conversation? I have that much money.
Yeah.
Okay. So Corey did state that he had money for this. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I'm live with probably 15 to 20,000 people watching, which means that there's probably 15 to 20,000 black people that are watching me. So I have this chart that I like to go back to, right? And the chart says, should I punch this Nazi? Are they a Nazi? Follow the line. Yes. Punch him.
Hey, use a different word for that.
Okay.
Yeah, you good. Just don't. Yeah, you
let's
good.
Just call them hand
yeah.
saluters. Okay.
Yeah.
Should I punch this hand saluter? Yes.
America 1999.
Are they not a hand saluter? Don't punch them. Are they a hand saluter? Okay, yeah. They hand saluting y'all. I don't know if y'all have realized this, but they are going on national conventions and hand saluting. And he's praising the people that hand salute. What does that make them? A hand salute supporter, right? Okay, cool. So let me tell you, two things you don't say to me. Number one, you don't talk bad about black folks, and my family included, so we can get that out the way. And you don't tell me to do sexually explicit things to you or other people. Okay? So I'm gonna tell you what would happen, right? The minute he would have told me that I was doing something with my mouth, I would have took that microphone and I would have made him do something with his mouth. And it was nothing that anybody could have done on God's green earth to stop me from doing it. The level of rage that he would have felt and would have been displayed, I would have been like, man, I know Kunta wasn't a real person, but Kunta would have been clapping. Go ahead, get him for me, Tez. What you say I do? What you say I do with my mouth? Cool, don't worry about it. Right in his. You ain't saying nothing. I hope you got a good dentist. I hope you got ass whooping insurance.
Tez chose violence today.
No, it's not violence. It's not violence. See, here's the issue, and I'm gonna say this, especially for all of y'all black folks that I've been reading these comments and staying silent while everybody else got to talk. What do you think they're gonna do to you? What do you think they've been doing? Did the people who unalived Emmett Till, did they ever face justice? Did the conspiracy to get rid of two leaders in the 60s, 3 or 4 if you count the white guys, did they ever get really convicted? Or are we still having people in 2026 talk about we're gonna release the files, y'all? Like that's gonna do anything to bring them back. What about Mark Clark and Fred Hampton who were sleeping in their beds? What about them? That's what they're gonna do to you. So yes, I chose violence on that issue because that's the only thing they understand. So we got to speak their language. If the language of your enemy is violence, peace talks are not going to do anything. Somebody got to make them feel it.
Right. And I think it's important, and piggybacking on your point, Tez, is to study your enemy is to know how to combat with him. And we've been studied for years, and people don't understand that. And that's why I say, if you understand the rules of engagement, it's not about the loudest, the most bravado, the most money. It's how you understand your enemy and you combat with it. I can't get my words together, but
I got some help for you. You got fingers? Let's use your fingers, okay? So real quick, put your hands up for me. You got Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, Louis Farrakhan, Muhammad Ali, John F. Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy, and about 34 million hippies, all in the 60s and the 70s, protesting Vietnam War. What did the United States government do? They went to war anyway, right? The hood remembers because the hood got introduced to opiates. Did they not? The hood got introduced to opiates. Heroin, right? We keeping it 100 right now. The hood got introduced to all of that from the Vietnam War on down. Did they not? Okay. So all those people that opposed it, what happened to them? Did the people listen to them? Or did they go do what they wanted to do anyway? Right. Did they not go to war anyway? Did people not die anyway? And when somebody opposed them, they took care of them. They unalived them. They're all gone prematurely. All of them. So to sit back and be like, well, you should read the book to Corey, or not to Anton and Futon and whatever else his name might be. You should have read him the book. I'm not reading no books to him. He declared war. Yeah. He declared war. Corey gave him a pass. If y'all don't understand what that is, that was a pass. He checked him and he gave him a pass. I am not so forgiving.
I don't think Corey completely gave him a pass, because if you look at when he did the rebut, right, he was taking the jab and said, well, you know where I'm at. And then he said, well, you already beat me up. And that's why I said, Corey is saying, I'm willing to lose the battle to continue to win the war.
Was Anton wearing a white shirt? He was wearing a white shirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna hazard a guess here that Corey wears anything from a size 10 to probably a size 13, right? Mm-hmm. And if Ton left without the whole outline of the bottom of his shoe on his chest, then he got a pass.
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
I guarantee you that you do that in my place, you're going to go home with a wonderful souvenir in the form of the outline of whatever Jordan shoe or Nike boot that I'm wearing that day. And that's the bottom line.
Or no buttons.
I would have been like, nice glasses, knuckle. Right off his face.
So, man, but I appreciate everybody. Now we done hit past 2 hours. Miss Sunny, I appreciate you always supporting, man. This is nice to get new and familiar faces. Appreciate you always supporting us. myself and Classic Codes as well. We will be back tomorrow. I gotta sit down with class to see how many times we're gonna do this thing tomorrow. We will be back tomorrow though. Hopefully we can get Tez and some of the other family up here. So just be looking out, Miss Sunny, for us tomorrow for our notifications. We appreciate everybody in the chat tonight, man. We really, really appreciate it, man. Even the ones who didn't agree. What's up, McKinnon? Even the ones who didn't agree, man. That's what we like about up here, man. We're open to everybody's opinions, everybody's thoughts. Hey, there's no right. Your right is right. Your wrong can be wrong. We don't care. As long as you have an opinion, have one. The biggest thing is just make sure we're supporting each other, man. I know we did a lot of talking tonight about Anton and how he was able to build his system and everything. But hey, y'all got to help us others, smaller podcasts, as they call them, or other smaller content creators to build things that you want to hear every day. And people like ourselves that let anyone come up. We up here to let anyone come up. Everyone has a voice. So keep supporting our channels, man. We are the Raw Society Coalition. Let me get the banner up for you guys so y'all can see everybody that supports. And Classic, do you have anything for them while I pull that up?
No, look out for Red Room 2 a.m. or probably midnight Sunday. So late tomorrow night, look out for Red Room. Also on Classic Code Sports. I'm thinking about calling my first fight live tomorrow on my sports channel. Andy Cruz is fighting against Marataya. For people who are into boxing, that may be something interesting. That's going to be a banger. I may just fight. Yeah, I think I'm just going to call that one in particular because I'm not in love with the whole card. So I'm thinking about doing that tomorrow. So everybody who hasn't already followed my sports channel, it's not a boxing channel, it's my sports channel, go to Classic Code Sports. And I also do a gym vlog over there too. For those that don't know, I'm recovering from a pretty serious injury. So I show my journey back to like full health, you know what I'm saying? And through the vlogs, of course, and they short vlogs. But yeah, man, that's all I really got to plug for the night. Yep.
What about you, Ted? Where can they find you?
They can find me at the Tez Down. Sometimes I show up on the Ben podcast. Sometimes I show up on the Classic Codes, but I'm always here on the RSC and the Tez Down. I just want to remind y'all that since it's that week, that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And I like justice in my home, especially when I'm the judge. So I don't need injustice in my own house just because somebody else sold us out. So, McKinnon, you know what, McKinnon, thanks. I appreciate it. I might sell you the hoodie now, maybe, but probably not.
Sonny, do you have any platforms or any social media you want anybody to be able to tap in? You got a lot of good knowledge, a lot of good information to give. I love all your analogies. I love how you're able to put things together, the methodologies and things of that nature. You got anywhere people can follow you?
Well, actually, I don't as of yet, but surprisingly enough, I've kind of put myself into this space because I'm an extremely shy person. I don't like to be out to be seen.
Yes.
But and I have been told by many of people in my private life to establish a platform like this. So this was kind of me trying to get my feet wet to see how it would be received. And, I guess.
Hey, Souls of Classic, y'all got an email for her?
Who?
For Sonny?
Sonny, yeah.
Sonny. Well, hold on, Sonny. How do you feel like your reception has been? Have you enjoyed it?
I have enjoyed it. I think I'm a little bit more critical of myself just simply because I think we are all. I don't strive for perfection. I strive to be factual. I strive to be objective, and I strive to be. I walk in, and I strive to be educated and to teach, if that makes sense. So I think I've done that. I think my delivery could be a little bit cleaner, but I think if and I'm just still trying to figure out like the whole, just without being like not being a viewer of YouTube and being someone who actually uses it as a to bring information. So yeah.
Can you email me, please? You said you study boxing, right?
Yes, I have children. Two of my children. No, all of my children were in boxing, so I took. Thank you, Marathon. Thank you, guys.
That's awesome, Sonny. That's some of the best news that I've heard all day. Is that you put your kids in boxing?
Yeah, I took boxing as well. We did it. We all did it, and I actually was trying to learn not southpaw, orthodox. Yeah, I wanted to learn. But
go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
No,
go
you're
ahead.
fine. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, can you email me? Because I would love to have you on some of my. I'm trying to ramp up my sports channel as well. You know, I achieved my goal with my Classic Codes channel getting monetized, so I'm trying to bring my sports channel right along. And I would love to have your voice on some of my sports panels. I did a panel today. We streamed for a couple hours this afternoon. Me and my boy Ye, and we talked about T.O. and Shakur coming up. We ain't gonna talk about it too much here. We're trying to wrap up. But if you could email me, because I'm about to be covering that for the rest of the next week until they fight. So my email is the Classic Codes 777. Yep. Let me know when you're ready.
The Classic
Codes 777 at gmail.com. And that's for anybody who want to come on my panels, anybody who want to tap in and talk sports, or come on my sociology chats, people who, you know, want to send me stuff to react to. That's the email for anybody that's listening as well. Y'all can send me videos like, hey, man, I think you should do a segment on this, whatever the case may be. And y'all can also follow me at the Classic Codes on TikTok and Instagram. And if y'all want me to react to certain things, hit my DM. I'm not hard to get in touch. I am not hard to get a hold of. Souls will tell you.
I did make sure I followed everybody. I joined y'all on Discord. I believe I did follow you all on Instagram. I have to check for Souls and Unk.
You can DM them there on Discord if you already got their DMs too, because on Discord all you gotta do is send the message through there.
It's the Raw Core. It was the Raw Coalition. So
yeah, you can send them a message on there. Everyone is represented in the Discord. Discord drops are gonna start to get nasty, y'all. So everybody's got a channel in there. So if you only watch one show, that's fine. Everybody's got a channel in there. You know, everybody got. Make sure when y'all get in there and where y'all came from. If y'all came from Souls, make sure y'all drop Souls sticker in there. Souls got his own sticker. You know, Classic got his own sticker. You know, Reigns got a sticker. Drop the stickers in there. If you mess with all of us,
Ted set all this up for me on my end, so I appreciate this.
Hey, no problem. You know, if the thing about the coalition itself is, you know, we want to make sure that these voices are heard, and the evolution of it comes from, you know, us being able to do stuff like this right now and bring people like you into the fold. I mean, we got the, you know, Chaka the Trigger that been around in the spaces. I don't know if you were on with her when you was on Bag Chasers, but she been around here. And I'm gonna tell you, you know, we just got to keep moving forward. Like, and we're only gonna break this cycle of defeat if people actually think differently. But you know, using the same old talking points that everybody else used to use is not going to get us anywhere. The reason why everybody here is doing good in a short amount of time is because, you know, we're keeping it as real as possible. We're growing and we're learning at the same time, and we're allowing ourselves to hear opinions, push back on opinions, not necessarily agree with each other all the time. You know, real communication, real cooperation. It's a real coalition. It's a raw society coalition. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. And one thing I'll let you know, Miss Sunny, is I know you say like you're kind of figuring out what you want to do. Do it while you're figuring it out.
Well, this is kind of that process, right? So I believe, and I want to say this before I kind of get into my own little thing. I really do appreciate you all. I appreciate what you all present into this space, because we've seen the same thing over. I watch a lot of YouTube. I've watched all different types of content creators. I've gone down the gaming stream. I've gone down the political side of things. So I do that to be learned, right? That's why I said understanding an audience, understanding where you're trying to go. You have to be able to go into these spaces and be able to articulate to get your point across. So when I found you guys happenstancely under this whole Anton thing, I appreciated what I saw, right? And I just like to say, I do like to support Black creators, right? I've supported everybody else. I'm like, now it's time for me to support my people. And I also want to support you all, not just because of what you all bring to the space. but it's important. You all are a little younger than me. I'm a young old lady. I like to say that all the time. But I do appreciate you all, what you bring, and the fact that you let me get up here and I am able to, present my perspective. And so I appreciate that. And I say that all the time. So I talk about y'all. I literally have talked about y'all for like the last couple of days because of just what you all have allowed me to become in this space, or, me to get up and say, you see what I'm saying? I'm just blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I appreciate you all. I'm gonna jump. It is late where I am.
Yes, ma'am.
Class, look out for my email. I will probably be emailing you shortly.
Okay.
So, thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you. We'll be back tomorrow, Miss Sunny. Look out for us.
I will. Y'all take care. Have a good evening.
Good night. Yeah.
But appreciate everybody, man. Like Chanel said, this situation brought a lot of Black creators to my timeline. That's what we want, man. And new creators as well, man. I really appreciate everybody, man. Like, it's crazy, man, because like me and Classic talked for about 30 minutes before we even got on here, man. Just like the appreciation, dog. Like, I think a lot of people don't understand to get it out like from the bottom. Like literally, Classic started with 0. Like, I don't think people understand that. I started a while back, but like I started at one point with 0. Ted started at one point at 0. Like, it's different, man. It's different. So we appreciate it. And also just staying true and authentic to ourselves. I think that's the biggest part. Like I even told class, I was like, bro, like I couldn't talk about Anton every day because I wanted to bring a different perspective because my mind thinks that way. So I didn't want to just talk about what a man would do, how the fight would go, but it still brought up a very good conversation tonight. So, and that's what we're here to do with the Raw Society, man, and everybody on their individual channels. If y'all come to any one of our channels, you are going to get a conversation and good information, dog, period, point blank. And you're always welcome to come up, and you don't have to agree with us when you come up. You can come up and disagree. As long as you come up and give your opinion, we cool with that. Just stay respectful. Other than that, man, we appreciate everybody. Tristan, appreciate you staying on tonight. Appreciate Marathon for the super chat, my guy. Stay safe out there, big dog. I just retired last year from the Air Force, man. 20 years, man. So stick it out, big dog. Stay in that army and get it done, man. He said taking the stairs to be a better journey than taking the elevator. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But we'll be back tomorrow night, man. I appreciate class. I appreciate Tez giving your time as well. I appreciate Tristan, Uncle Plug, and Miss Sunny, all who came up tonight. And again, man, don't forget our live show, which is the most important thing. Darren, Illinois, man, February 13th at the Q Bar. And we're going to play the outro, and you'll be able to see 14 years, man. Go ahead and finish it on up, big dog. And y'all be able to see our advertisement for the show, and we out.
I'ma win any type of way. That's a parlay you can take to them. I'm having that aura, I got that glow. They hate it worse when they know that you know. Walk in the room like I'm covered in gold. I used to suppress it, was about to implode. I used to suppress it, was about to explode. Sore thumb in the room, everywhere that I go. Black sheep for the fam, used to think something was wrong. Took a little time to realize I was chose. Took a little time to realize I was special. Ever since birth, been a cold under pressure. Wanna be great, gotta do a little extra. That's why I grind with obsession. Everything about me irregular, everything about me is pressure. Maximum effort, no box left unchecked on the checklist, no stone left unturned, mash on the gas and etc. Or farming hoe, I'm up in rank. Step in the room, they paved the way. I get treated like a milli tank. Southpaw like I'm really tank. I do things that they really can't.